Beep beep, out of my way. I recently asked you where you thought I should put the turbo on my car. Whether you thought I should put it down at the front, on the driver's side, or behind the engine. Now there are other places where you think that I may have wanted to put it, which would be on the passenger side over that side, which would offset the weight of the driver and make things a little bit even. Yes, that would be nice. However, I would like the fuel tank to be over there. I've got the inlet manifolds going to be that side. So I don't really want anything hot on that side. So I kind of ruled that out. So the option was either down here, out the front, it would get cold air straight from the front, brilliant, or behind the engine. Now if it's at the front, the weight would be further forward of the axle, so that would be beneficial weight. This is quite a heavy turbo, 15, 16 kilos, something like that. Now behind the engine is just about behind the axle centre line, so not ideal for weight distribution. However, it is central, so the weight will be distributed evenly side to side. So I gave you those two options and where to put it. And you, yes you chose the wrong answer. You're wrong, but you're right. So the correct answer for where I should have put my turbo was here. Behind the engine. Because I said that's the best place. Oh, excuse me. Hello? Yes. Yep, you were wrong as well. Yep, very wrong. Yeah, behind. Yeah, it should go behind the engine. So I really did try to work out a way to put it down here. With the standard wings, the front of the car already should be about here. Putting the turbo in place down here, it would stick forward, even further forward. It was just gonna end up looking stupid. There wasn't any room for an exhaust to come out of that, and where would it go? It would weave through places. It would just be awkward. Now, I already had pipework made from when I had the engine the other way around, and it took very little modification to be able to work out a way to put it here. Less work is better. So I've made a turbo mount, so the turbo is bolted to a mount, is bolted to the chassis. For ease of working on the car, I've got a V-band clamp here. I can just disconnect, turbo will stay in place, and the engine will come out. The manifold will stay on, engine will just come out, just disconnecting. Well, there's these two clamps here. It's way easier to work on the car, and that is probably the most important thing for me, is making everything accessible and easy to work on. I'm not going to be running any kind of charge cooling, so no intercooler, no charge cooler. I'm running straight methanol. I'm not going to be running colossal power, possibly, yet, so I will get away with it. I may, if I have inlet temperature issues, I may put an extra injector on the inlet side, or even nitrous, just to keep the charge temperatures down a little bit. But with the turbo here, this pipework will just go straight into the inlet manifold here. Rather than if it was down here, that pipework would be 10 times the length and would have to zigzag through places to get to the inlet manifolds. The plumbing on how this will be done is just way easier, more simple, less pipework, cheaper, lighter, and more even. I did, in fact, weigh the car with the turbo in position here, and it was within a few kilograms? Within a few kilograms, even, side by side. I even measured it with myself sat in the car, and somehow it was still really even. So with the turbo down there, I don't think that would be the case. Exhaust from the turbo will come down behind the wheel and outside the driver's side wing. Not sure yet where the wastegate will exit. I would ask you where you think that I should put it, but we know you'll probably give me the wrong answer, so I think we'll leave the decisions to me from now on. Ideally, I'd like it to follow and go out the wing at the same place. There might not quite be enough room, so worst case scenario, and the easiest, will be just straight up out the bonnet. You may have looked at the car and think that engine is very high up. And yes, it does look that way. Could probably go in a whole video of itself. The engine isn't as high up as you may think it is, but the car is much lower than you think it is. I don't know how low you think the car is, but the car's quite low. I would like the engine to be lower. See, I can't see shit. Ideally, I would like it to be all the way down at the floor, but there's two real issues for why I can't have it much lower than this. Where the cups are for the drive shafts, I want them to be roughly in line with the spindles, which at the minute, even with it this high, the cups on the gearbox are actually lower than the spindles, so I can't put it much lower. Also, I need room for a steering rack to go underneath somewhere, so I have the steering rack underneath the gearbox. But we'll just see how this setup works out. I was starting to worry about it a little bit and wanting to change everything, but I'm just going to run it like this. And if I need to make changes in the future, I'll make changes. But right now, I just need to get the car. I reckon this will be running in the next 6 to 8 years. So I haven't put any videos out for a little while. I wanted to just make this little video just to show you what's going on, really. I've started working on my electrical system, my distribution board, which is will be a self-contained power distribution board, which I'll be making a video about. Maybe I'll show a clip of that now. Ooh, doesn't that look a good video? I've been working on a more long-form documentary type video, which may be a long time until I finish it, but I am working on that in the background, so maybe I'll show a clip of that now.
He always remembered second gear, the whine of second gear going up the hill, fully loaded. I have his diaries, even back to when he was that age, and he would write which ones were in service going up in the day. He wanted to buy one of these buses. He wasn't allowed to buy one direct off of Exeter Corporation.
Yes, that looks good, doesn't it? Doesn't that look exciting? Oh, I've got some new wheels, which I've just got the tyres being put on at the minute, and that's the next video I'll be putting out. My brand new front wheels on the car, and I'll be getting the car back outside so we can see the whole car outside with the wings on, new wheels. That will be very exciting, so put that in your calendar, but I don't know when that will be. Sometime. That'll be good, won't it? But anyway, thanks for watching. Do it for Dale, and we'll